Hi everybody, it's Rachel here from Finders Keepers with Sarah.
Here I am, right with her.
And we are here today to introduce you Finders Keepers to our latest Easy Peasy kit called All Good Things.
Easy Peasies are kind of our answer to pocket scrapbooking.
Like Project Life.
Like Project Life. You know, like you have the little pockets and you put stuff in. We're using papers from Hazelwood and some embellishments that we've created and some other things we kind of brought together from other companies into a kit.
This is an amazing kit. There's a ton of stuff in it. There's sequins and buttons and other kinds of buttons and other kinds of beads and
just tons of stuff. So we'll see Rachel working on it and showing you how she put hers together.
Yes.
But there's so many different ways you can do this.
And there's so much left over that you can make more for days.
And she's going really fast because we wanted to save time for you guys, but you can also slow her down by pausing any time to see what her little fast fingers are doing.
Slow her down.
All right, so let's get right to it.
All righty. Okay, so what I start to do first off is kind of take everything out, open it up, and see what I have. Especially with this kit, there are so many die cuts here that I'm opening up in here, and I want to know what all I have before I even get started. I do also, when I'm doing these kits, I think of them like when you go and buy a Project Life kit, that you're not necessarily working with your pictures, just putting all this kit together with themes. And so the first thing I do is start trimming everything apart if there are papers that need to be trimmed apart. When I cut my papers, I cut them about a 1/16 of an inch smaller than 4x6 and 3x4, 4x4, whatever the print calls for, because they fit a little bit better in the pockets.
Right.
You want them to be snug enough to stay in the pocket and not fall out.
But you don't want to struggle with that.
Right. And when you start doing the hybrid type of Easy Peasies like this, you are adding buttons, you are adding sequins, you're adding dimensional things that may make it fit a little bit more snug. And if they are exactly 4x6, they are exactly 4x6.
And this is interesting. Something that Rachel and we talk about is that what we do differently is, if you've seen any of my project videos, I always start with the pictures. Right. Rachel always starts with the content of the kit and works and then finds the pictures that fit that. And it's just two different ways to do it. And just to keep in mind, like there's different workflows, whatever works for you.
Right. And if I know pictures, like if I buy a kit, I kind of have an idea of what pictures I want to use in it.
Right.
Anyway, so then when I get home and start playing with it. But this is kind of, you're getting it to that point where you can just start looking at your photos and going, oh, this would be perfect with that, or this would be perfect with that.
Yeah, so she's just cutting all the paper apart so she has everything ready to go, which is really nice because if you trim everything to size and then you've got it ready to go, you don't have to keep breaking out the trimmer every single time.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than having to get the trimmer out all the time.
Right.
In this kit, you also get some washi, and there's a couple different patterns of the washi, so I like to, kind of roll that out and see what it is. You get some thickers, and then I just start designing with my paper elements. So the washi, the thickers, and the die cuts. The name of this kit is All Good Things, and it is $41, and it's going to be available on our shop, so be sure and go get it. So I thought starting with All Good Things would be a perfect card to start with. And that was one of the pre-printed cards. So now I'm going to come back with the solid colored cards and figure out what I want to do. Now with this kit, some of the cards are horizontal and some of them are vertical. So I wanted to make sure that I had a little bit of both. And this is the fun part.
I love that globe, that hello globe.
I know, that globe is awesome.
So sweet. And so you just kind of mix and match and get things together. Like I see she's sorting all her florals together and trying to figure out what goes with what. And it's all very intuitive and just fun. And you really can't, there's really no way you can go wrong with this stuff.
You can't. You really can't.
Because it's all coordinated already. So you really can do anything.
That's what we love about it too.
Yeah.
And also with this particular line of papers, one side has the sort of printed cards and the back side is a pattern. So you can use the back side for your photo mats, or you can even design on top of those too. So this is just, I spend a lot of time just kind of moving stuff around and, that doesn't really look good with a sticker, so maybe I'll try to put some flowers on here. And then I thought, oh, okay, well, I usually work with a couple of photos that I do have cut down so that I can have them, so I can kind of see what a photo would look like. So for instance, with this one, I put those flowers along there, and I'm just going to use a tiny strip of adhesive. I put a piece of plastic down. I don't know if you guys caught that. Put the plastic down, put my paper on top of it, and did a little thin strip of adhesive.
Oh, so that the plastic picks up the rest of it.
So the plastic picks up the extra.
Girl.
Yes, I'm very clever.
My goodness.
And then I just trim that down, and so that way you can see I could put in any photo that would
just
fit.
Tuck it behind those flowers.
Tuck it behind there, yeah. I did the same thing with this one with the butterflies and my little puppy dog, Rainy. I put that piece of plastic down again, and then I can place that and make sure that
Is that just part of the packaging, that piece of plastic?
Yeah, it was the plastic that the thickers came in.
Okay. And the thickers are American craft. They're stickers, but they're dimensional stickers, so they just call them thickers.
They're thick. Get it? They're thicker. Yeah. I love those butterflies, too. They're so pretty. And now, so here's a part where when you have all those plain solid papers, there's two sides, right? So if you kind of think ahead a little bit, you can go ahead and design on both sides. You have to kind of be aware that they're going to show through on the other side, and so you want to take that into account. But that's kind of a fun thing. You know, all of these papers have two sides to them, so you can get a lot of designing going on, a lot of elements going on. It's really a lot of fun.
And on a side note, I just want everyone to notice how nice Rachel's nails look.
Thank you. I got them done specifically for the video.
I never do that, and so you can always tell whose video it is, because Rachel's hands always look really nice, and mine are like
that is not true,
no,
Sarah.
Well, you know, I just don't have the. I don't take the time to do that.
I think your nails look good.
Well,
though.
thank you.
They're natural.
I like to think of them as like artists' hands.
They are.
They've seen a lot of living.
They're crafter hands.
They are.
They have, and mine have seen no living. So
no. It's just that you compensate for the living with lots of great care.
Living. I put glitter on.
Yeah.
And everything looks better with glitter.
That's
I mean,
true.
come on.
That's true.
And
there are some elements that have sheen on this, right? There's a gold accent that we're seeing.
Yes, there's some gold foil and some of the die cut elements. And so that's really a lot of fun when you...
Oh, and you're using the buttons here.
Oh, and yes, I've pulled in...
We made those.
We made those buttons specifically for you guys. And there's a little bit later in the video, I slow it down so you can see how I use these. These are called extreme tabs. And they are really squishy. They're really, really squishy. So here I am, and I'm taking those extreme tabs, and I'm cutting them in half, and then I'm kind of pulling them and squishing them around.
They're like gummy bears.
The button. Yeah, they're like really sticky gummy bears. But this way, you get some good coverage all the way around that button. And I wanted to make sure that you guys saw that. Buttons are sometimes hard. There's not really anything in the middle.
You have to adhere to, unless you're going to pop them up, put some like foam tape in there.
Yeah.
It's hard to get them to stick and be stuck.
Yes, so I wanted to make sure that you guys saw that and got a good, those extreme tabs, they're like a 1/16 of an inch thick of gummy goodness. And we're going to use some a little bit later for a little surprise, a little different usage.
Oh my goodness.
I loved this one. I don't know why. Jot it down today. I just thought it was so cute. I made the washi come off the end like a little flag, and I just thought it was so cute.
Well, there you go.
So proud of myself.
Yeah. And it's for you, so you should think it's cute.
I'm so humble. This was fun. I'm not a real florally person, but I was channeling my inner floralness and kind of put together all these little flowers in this little mason jar. And I thought it turned out really cute. It's like a little bouquet of flowers that you could put on there. That you could even... If you've got a smaller photo, or you could do some journaling there. A lot of times, most of these cards, I would use them for just decoration or for journaling. I don't typically mount my photos when I do Easy Peasies. I just put the 4x6 photo in there and just let it ride, so to speak.
Very good.
Then I started pulling in some of the 3x4 cards that come with the kit.
Oh, very nice, yeah.
And so that makes
and
a
you
nice...
can use those on top of a base to create a 4x6 card.
Exactly.
So that's really cool.
I love that little hello with the flowers and the butterfly.
There's a lot of really sweet elements. I don't know what you'd call the theme of this. It's like it's kind of country. There's butterflies and florals. It's a little bit vintagey. There's a globe and an old bicycle.
Yeah.
It could work for lots of different kinds of pictures.
Right. This is a great element that comes in the kit, those strips.
Yeah.
And so they work perfect to make little, they're kind of like washi. I don't know. I love washi. I have a whole...
You don't even
ton of
want
washi.
to know.
Yeah, you don't want to know how much washi. And I just thought that this would be the cutest thing to do it like the little road that the bicycle was on. I loved that little bicycle. And I kept trying to figure out a way to do it. And there's 2 bicycles in this kit, Sarah. 2.
Oh, my gravy.
2. So I had to use them both. And I thought how cute it would be to put them, sort of side by side. So I went back to my little layer, Sometimes when I trim my little layers, they're not exactly perfect.
A little color shines through there. So it's super easy. You just trim them up.
I just trim them up with my snips. And then I just thought this was...
Yeah, that is cute.
Like a little, like you're going out for a Sunday ride or something in the afternoon.
Oh, with a little arrow.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Except for the bikes are going the opposite direction, but that's okay. Because then I decided to do remember this and enjoy. Look at how cute.
That is really cute.
So I think that on the top, in the top two of the plastics with some little 3x4s in the middle and then a couple of pictures of bike riding on the bottom.
Yeah.
That would be so cute. You do have to be careful. I do want to warn you on the thickers. All these words that have an I with a little dot. Mm-hmm. Be very careful of those. Those little dots, will get lost.
But you know what? Solution, right?
Yes.
Easy solution. If you lose a dot, what do you do, Rach?
You use a sequin or a rhinestone or a pearl or a bead. Or you get out a marker and make your own.
Yeah.
And I did that a lot. Those strawberries, I had to use them somewhere. I had to use those dang strawberries somewhere. And so... there are tons of leftovers. Okay, so all I've done is the paper elements so far. And again, like make some cards. Make some regular greeting cards with all the leftovers. Make some more, get some more bases and make some more of your cards that go in there.
Right.
There's tons of stuff left over. You also get these 3 little tags. You saw me cutting those out earlier. And so now...
you used what? Do you remember what punch you used?
I just used the crocodile to punch the hole in the middle.
But you can even use a standard. It wouldn't matter.
Oh yeah, the crocodile was too small.
Hole punch would work.
The regular standard hole punch, it's about a quarter of an inch hole. But now I wanted to show you guys, we didn't include any ribbon with this kit, but that's not a problem. Take the thin washi, fold it in half on itself, the non-sticky side. Kind of slide it through.
Yeah, she's using like her forefinger to hold the stuff that's already sticky, so it's going to feed it in.
And then you just slide it on in until, you have it about halfway, I guess. And then you put sticky side to sticky side. And so you create this sort of a faux ribbon effect because we did give you 3 different washes. There's 3 different widths. So you could do all kinds of fun stuff. This is sort of the basic one where when you put them together and then you can cut it at a diagonal or in a flag and you've got your little
banner cut there at the end.
Banner cut. And I thought,
really sweet.
That's too long, so I had to cut it down a little more.
Yeah. And it's nice because the washi has a little bit of a sheen.
Yes, a little bit of a different texture.
Yeah. So it adds something else to your design. That's really cool.
I love trying to come up with ideas of ways to use something for something else.
Yeah. Things you already have. Absolutely. Yeah. And so we're all about that.
We're all about that. And then so I thought, well, I've got to do something, this thick washi. And you're like, but Rachel, it says today and today, and you're going to put it on the love note tag. Well, this one, I'm doing a little bit different technique. I'm going to actually fold the washi in half on itself. And when you do that, you don't necessarily read today to today. It gives it a different look. It's more of a texture.
Okay, so it's not about the words anymore.
Right. It's more about the color and the pattern.
Yeah.
Thank you for that word.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm here for words.
Sarah is the wordsmith.
Yeah. Always welcome to give words, and a lot of words.
A lot of them.
I'm never at a loss for words, and there's always a lot of words.
Thank God.
Well, yeah.
Otherwise,
you say that. Blog, sometimes my husband doesn't say
our blog would be really boring if we had no words. So we don't care if your husband doesn't like your words. I like your words. No.
He does, but it's just like sometimes I think it gets to be a bit much.
So here you could use a glue dot or, just some sort of adhesive. I kind of offset them.
To kind of make it, that's
sweet. And I wanted it to stay because I really think these would be great to put in a 4x6 or 3x4 slot as a pull tag.
Right.
Or a pull quote. You could put some journaling on the back. This one I wanted to do differently. I didn't want to do the washi ribbon, so I just started playing with some of the leftover stuff. Did some dimensional work with the love and then I was like, okay, love and what? Love and luck. How about love and luck? So I cut up one of the extra die cut pieces and I just fussy cut that and I put some dimensionals on it. And of course they never want to come off when you're trying to film, so I had to get the scissors out. And then I thought, these would be really cute to add to a photo or add to the back of another card.
Love and luck. That could go on a present, like even like a graduation gift
or a wedding.
A wedding. Yeah.
Then the next kind of fun part, so we've done the paper elements, we've done more of the buttons that we made for you guys special, and now we're getting into the sequins and beads and fun stuff.
Yeah.
This is multi-matte medium that we will have a link for, and I like to have a little extra piece of paper, post-it note, whatever, to kind of squeeze it out onto, because you never want to squeeze it out onto your project, Sarah. Why?
Or your project surface, because it goes, and then it just is a huge mess. And if it's on the surface, you have to work with that then, trying to avoid that spot.
Try and figure it out.
Yeah.
So what I did is I just put little tiny dots all around this piece.
Is that a stylus tool you're using?
This is a jewel picker.
Oh,
and
okay,
it's got little
making.
sticky. Yeah, it's got little sticky on both ends. And it makes really quick work
I wonder if we could give them a link to that too.
Yes,
it's
we
handy
will.
for picking up sequins.
For sure. And sequins go everywhere.
Yeah.
They go everywhere. So I'm just putting some more. Like I only did half the card with the dots because I didn't want it to dry. Not that it dries really fast, but you know, you always want to cap your glue in between.
Yeah, because it dries so fast. And the tiny little tube that it feeds through for application, it just gets clogged immediately.
So
we just had that happen last week.
Yeah.
We had it out just for a couple minutes and we totally blocked a tube.
Yep. We blocked a tube.
Blocked a tube.
So now I'm using some of the little pearl elements. I've been lucky enough to be able to go to Paris. So I put a little pearl on California and Paris. And then on the little bee, I put some rhinestones for his eyes and a button. And then I decided there's some of these sort of clear iridescent sequins that came with this kit that I pulled out. And I only did the clear iridescent ones, not the green or the blue, on the little bee. And they pick up the color from underneath the paper.
It looks like
just,
sparkling honey.
It does. It does.
Really pretty.
Made me want some Honey Nut Cheerios or something. There's a little bee and there's this sparkly honey.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so then at this point, you just kind of go back through each of your cards and go, okay, what needs some sparkle? And I thought that the camera needed a little bit more sparkle. There was a sparkly button. I left the butterflies alone for now. Then on this one, we're going back to the extreme tabs and just stay with me here. And I put 3 of them in a row.
Okay.
And you're like, but
those extreme
why?
tabs are from Tombow, by the way.
Yes. There's a little section in the bead box. That's
tiny
all
beads.
These tiny little seed beads. And I thought how cute they would be just as a little texture element.
Yeah.
Down here.
And it is. It looks cute here, but in person it's even cuter.
Yeah.
And they really stick in because it's gummy again, so they sink into it a little bit.
You have to push them into it.
Yeah.
And I went back to the bikes and put some sequins on the spokes because, you know. Mm-hmm. And then I put sequins in the middle of all the flowers. Just sequins everywhere.
Yeah. A little shine.
Sequins and buttons. This little button box is great because you get a bunch of different colors. You've got yellows and blues in the box. And then we also included another jar of greens. Mm-hmm. So lots of different colors to play with here with this button box. There's pearls. There's some sort of metallic looking ones. I did not get to use those.
Looks like you're magnifying the pencil.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That's
thought that
cute.
was kind of fun.
That's really
Here's
cute.
one of those instances where I took the eye, that dots the eye for the N, and I put a sequin on there. And just this, sparkly and sequins all over.
Nice.
Because it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Because who doesn't love a little sparkle?
That's right. Hello. That's sweet.
And then there's also this really pretty sort of a natural fiber ribbon. And I thought that would be really cute with the Life is Lovely here. And the cool thing is so then I added some sequins. Mm-hmm. When you turn this over, the ribbon wraps around the back and it's a perfect...
to tuck behind.
To tuck a photo or an element behind.
The button box, by the way, this little set is from Buttons Galore.
Buttons Galore.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of
It's a nice
these.
collection. I mean, we've got a lot.
It is. And again, so much left over that you can have buttons and sequins for a while. And see, then there's that little tucking in.
Yeah.
Be kind. I left that one alone. Added some. I mean, this one says dream and create. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You've got to have some sparkles here. And just kept adding stuff. I like to do the little sequins in sets of 3s.
Sure. Odd numbers usually, right?
Odd numbers, yes. Yeah. 3s and 5s. Mm-hmm. And a lot of this with the sequins is just, it's just adding. Now, when you go to put your things into your plastics, your page protectors, you're going to have enough sequins, and how fun is it to put sequins inside
like
of the
pocket. A little shaker pocket.
And make a little shaker pocket.
And then you can use the washi to seal it up. Seal that up.
Exactly. We did that on our Catch a Wave kit.
Yes.
So you guys will have to go check that out. Once you've got all your elements in, then you just start playing with your arrangements and kind of see, okay, I want to use this in the 4x6 places. I want to use these in the 3x4 places. Where can I put photos? So then at that point, I start a little Post-it note that says I need, 5 4x6 photos and 7 3x4 photos.
Right.
And then I will go into my either from photos or InDesign. We're going to do another project process video with InDesign, and we're going to show you how to actually resize your photos to print them the size that you want. And so that is our easy peasy all good things kit, and it's in our shop now for only $41. You get a lot of stuff to make your things and a lot left over.
Yeah, and I hope you check it out. And yeah, this is Sarah and Rach signing off.
Thanks, guys.
Toodles.
See you next time.